Have you ever noticed how much noise there is in the world today? Everywhere you go, there's constant chatter, TVs blaring, phones pinging with notifications, traffic rumbling by. It seems like silence is a rare commodity these days. But what if I told you that embracing silence and stillness is one of the most powerful things you can do to transform your life? You see, when you're constantly surrounded by noise and busyness, it's easy to get caught up in the chaos of the external world. Your mind gets pulled in a million different directions. You're reacting to everything around you rather than acting with intention. You lose touch with your inner wisdom and intuition. But when you take time to be silent, to sit with yourself in stillness, magic starts to happen. In the silence, you can finally hear the quiet whispers of your soul. You tap into a deep well of peace and wisdom that resides within you. The external world fades away and you connect with something much vaster and more profound. Think of silence like the depths of the ocean. On the surface, there are crashing waves, howling winds, boats and birds in activity. But as you sink down into the depths, the surface turmoil gives way to a profound quiet and stillness. In the deep, dark waters, there is a peace and mystery that puts everything into perspective. Your mind is like that ocean. On the surface, there is constant noise, thoughts, worries, memories, plans, regrets. Your attention gets tossed around by the waves. But like the ocean, you have vast depths within you as well. When you dive down below the surface chatter of your mind, you access an infinite reservoir of calm, creativity, and intuitive knowledge. This is why all the great spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of silence, solitude, and stillness. In Christianity, Jesus often withdrew to quiet places to pray. The Buddha attained enlightenment while sitting silently under the Bodhi tree. Lao Tzu wrote, "Silence is a source of great strength. These wise beings understood the power of turning inward." Making time for silence each day is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Even 5 minutes of sitting quietly and focusing on your breath can completely shift your state of being. As you do this practice regularly, you'll find it easier and easier to access the deep peace within you, even amidst the chaos of daily life. When you're grounded in silence, you show up differently in the world. You become less reactive and more responsive. You're able to see situations with greater clarity and wisdom. You feel a sense of inner freedom, less tossed around by the ever-changing conditions of life. Silence gives you sovereignty over your own mind and energy. Another benefit of silence is enhanced creativity and problem solving. When you're constantly stimulated by noise and mental chatter, your mind gets stuck in certain grooves of thinking. But silence acts like a reset button for your brain. In the quiet, your mind is free to wander and make new connections. Unexpected solutions and inspiration often flash in during moments of stillness. Some of the greatest thinkers and innovators throughout history understood this well. Thomas Edison said, "The best thinking has been done in solitude." Albert Einstein mused, "The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind." When you gift yourself pockets of silence, you tap into your innate brilliance and creativity. Of course, many people resist silence because they don't want to face what's going on inside. We live in a culture that encourages constant distraction and numbing out. It's easy to fill every second with noise and stimulation to avoid feeling uncomfortable emotions or confronting hard truths about our lives. Silence can feel scary because it leaves us alone with ourselves. But this is precisely why it's so powerful. When you have the courage to be present with what is without distractions, you finally have the chance to work through your inner blocks and heal old wounds. You can bring the light of your awareness to the shadowy places within and alchemize them with your loving attention. Silence is a powerful crucible for growth and transformation. So how can you start bringing more silence into your life? It doesn't have to be complicated. Start small. Spend 5 minutes each morning sitting quietly and focusing on your breath before you start your day. Pause throughout the day, close your eyes, and take a few conscious breaths. Go for a silent walk in nature and listen to the wisdom of the trees. As you do this, you'll naturally start to crave more spaciousness and stillness. You may want to do a longer meditation practice, go on a silent retreat, or spend a whole day in quietude. Follow the impulse. The more you respond to your soul's yearning for silence, the more your life will blossom in beautiful ways. It takes courage to step out of the noise of the world and journey into the depths of your being. It's a hero's journey, but it's one that's so worth taking. As you befriend silence, you'll discover immense reservoirs of peace, wisdom, creativity, and spiritual connection. You'll become intimate with the truth of who you are beyond the chatter of your mind and the chaos of the world. Silence is a portal to your true self. It's the key to accessing your deepest power and potential. So don't be afraid of the quiet. Embrace it, love it, make space for it every day. Let it nourish and transform you. As you do, your whole life will become imbued with the magic and mystery that can only be found in the depths of your own being. So starting today, I invite you to take 5 minutes to sit in silence, to breathe and be still. Let yourself sink below the surface of your mind into the vast ocean of presence. This simple practice done regularly will change your life in ways you can hardly imagine. It will connect you to the eternal, unshakable core of your being that is untouched by the ups and downs of life. You have such immense beauty, power, and potential within you, just waiting to be discovered in the quiet. The world needs what you have to offer. It needs your unique gifts, your creativity, your wisdom, and your love. By making time for silence, you're nourishing the seed of greatness within you and allowing its space to blossom. So embrace the real truth of silence. Dive in again and again. Let it crack you open and reveal the magnificent being you truly are. May your practice of stillness and quiet reflection bless your life and the lives of all those you touch. As you make silence a daily habit, you'll start to notice profound shifts in your life. You'll find yourself responding to challenges with greater grace and equanimity. When stressful situations arise that would have previously thrown you off balance, you'll be able to tap into the deep well of calm within and respond from a place of centered wisdom. This isn't to say that life will always be easy or that you'll never feel ruffled. We're human, after all. We live in an unpredictable world and we all have our own unique emotional landscapes to navigate. But by regularly touching into the silence at your core, you develop resilience and emotional equilibrium. You're like a tree with deep roots, able to withstand the storms of life with grounded strength. As you continue on this path, you may find your relationships transforming as well. When you're coming from a place of inner stillness, you're able to be more fully present with others. You listen more deeply with your whole being. You're less reactive and more compassionate. You have more space inside for genuine connection and intimacy. This is because silence connects us to our shared humanity. When we drop beneath the surface noise of our minds, we touch into something universal, a quiet knowing that we're all in this together. We see beyond surface differences to the common hopes, fears, and longings that unite us all. From this place, we naturally feel more empathy, kindness, and compassion for ourselves and others. Silence also has a way of putting things in perspective. When you regularly step back from the busyness of life to be still, you start to see what really matters. The petty grievances, the material pursuits, the endless striving for external validation, all of this starts to fade in importance. You connect with a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. You may find that your priorities start to shift. You're less interested in chasing after fleeting pleasures and more drawn to that which nourishes your soul. You start structuring your life around what truly matters to you, whether that's spending time in nature, pursuing creative passions, contributing to your community, or deepening your spiritual practice. This is the real gift of silence. It helps you align your life with your deepest values and truth. It cuts through the noise of the ego and connects you with your authentic self. From this place of alignment, you make choices that truly serve you and those around you. You start living with greater integrity, purpose, and joy. Of course, the journey into silence is not always an easy one. As you start spending more time in stillness, you may come face to face with aspects of yourself you've been avoiding. Painful memories, unresolved grief, feelings of unworthiness, all of this may rise to the surface to be healed. This is a natural part of the process. Silence has a way of shining a light on what needs attention within us. It can be tempting to turn away, to run back into the comfortable noise of distraction. But if you can summon the courage to stay, to breathe through the discomfort and meet yourself with compassion, immense healing becomes possible. As you do this inner work, you may find support from a therapist, spiritual teacher, or wise friend invaluable. We weren't meant to walk this path alone. It's important to reach out for help when you need it and surround yourself with a community of fellow travelers. With time and practice, you'll find that the old wounds lose their charge. The painful patterns that once seemed intractable start to unravel. You develop a deep sense of self-love and self-acceptance. You make peace with your past and free yourself to create a new future. This is the transformative power of meeting yourself with loving awareness in the silence. As you continue to show up for your practice day after day, you may find yourself drawn to longer periods of silence. A weekend retreat, a week-long vacation in a quiet place, or even a month-long sabbatical, these extended immersions can catalyze quantum leaps in your growth and understanding. In the spaciousness of prolonged silence, your mind has a chance to truly unwind and quiet down. You sink into profound states of peace and stillness. Insights and revelations bubble up from the depths of your being. You touch into a vast, spacious awareness that is the source of all creativity, love, and wisdom. These experiences can be life-altering. They give you a tangible taste of your true nature, a glimpse of the immense beauty and possibility that resides within you. They infuse your being with a pure energy that carries over into your daily life, imbuing even mundane moments with a sense of sacredness. This is perhaps the greatest gift of a deep dive into silence, the recognition that the peace and wholeness you seek is not something far off in the future, but the very ground of your being here and now. In the stillness, you come home to yourself in the most profound way possible. Of course, integrating these experiences into daily life is a journey in itself. Old habits and patterns of mind have a way of reasserting themselves. It's easy to get pulled back into the drama and busyness of the world. This is where your daily practice becomes so crucial it helps you stay connected to the truth and anchored in your center. With time, you'll find that you're able to carry the silence within you wherever you go. In the midst of chaos and noise, there's a still point inside that remains unperturbed. You're able to act from this place of centered awareness rather than constantly reacting to outer circumstances. This inner stillness becomes a great ally as you navigate the challenges of life. In moments of uncertainty or stress, you know you can always pause, take a conscious breath, and reconnect with the peace at your core. This split second of mindfulness can make all the difference, allowing you to respond rather than react. As you continue on the path of silence, you may find your life unfolding in surprising and beautiful ways. Synchronicities and opportunities start showing up with uncanny timing. You're in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people. It's as if the universe is conspiring to support you in living your deepest truth. This is because as you align with your authentic self in the silence, you start vibrating at a different frequency. You attract people and experiences that resonate with your true essence. Your outer life starts to mirror your inner state of being. You may find new doors opening in your career, relationships, and creative pursuits. You're guided to share your unique gifts in ways that feel deeply fulfilling and of service to the world. You start living in flow, trusting the intelligence of life to guide you exactly where you need to go. This is not to say that life becomes perfect or that challenges disappear entirely, but you face them with a new perspective and resilience. You know that no matter what happens on the surface of life, there's an unshakable core of peace within you. You trust your ability to handle whatever arises with grace and wisdom. Ultimately, the practice of silence is a journey of remembrance. It's a coming home to the truth of who you are beyond the limited ego self. In the stillness, you rediscover your innate wholeness, beauty, and wisdom. You remember that you are not separate from the source of all life, but a unique expression of it. This remembrance changes everything. It infuses your life with a sense of sacredness, wonder, and deep trust. You know that no matter what happens, you are held in a love greater than you can imagine. You are here to express and embody that love in your own unique way. So keep diving into the silence, dear friend. Keep showing up for your practice with devotion and curiosity. Let it take you ever deeper into the mystery of your being. Trust the journey and know that with each moment of stillness, you are planting seeds of peace that will blossom in ways beyond your imagining. The world needs your light, your wisdom, your unique expression of the divine. It needs the gifts that can only come through a human being who has journeyed into the depths of their own being and emerged with a heart cracked wide open. So be brave, be curious, and above all, be present. The silence is always here waiting to welcome you home. May your practice be blessed and may it nourish you and all those whose lives you touch. Thank you for your courage and your commitment to the path. The world is brighter for your presence. As you continue to cultivate silence in your life, you may find yourself naturally drawn to sharing the gifts of this practice with others. When we've tasted the peace and freedom that comes from resting in our true nature, there's a natural impulse to want to share that with the world. This can take many forms. You may feel called to teach meditation or lead silent retreats. You may integrate mindfulness practices into your work as a therapist, coach, or healthcare provider. You may write about your experiences or create art that expresses the beauty and depth you've contacted within. There are countless ways to share the fruits of your practice. The key is to let your sharing come from a place of authentic expression rather than a sense of obligation or force. Trust that as you continue to align with your true self, the right opportunities to share will arise naturally. It's also important to remember that the greatest gift you can offer others is your own embodied presence. As you walk through the world rooted in the silence within, you naturally emanate a quality of peace and stillness that touches everyone you meet. Your very being becomes a beacon of light, reminding others of their own innate wholeness. This is the real magic of a deep commitment to silence. It ripples out in ways both seen and unseen, quietly transforming the fabric of the world. By doing your own inner work and showing up as your most authentic self, you become a catalyst for healing and awakening in others. Of course, there will be times when you'll lose touch with the silence, when you'll get caught up in the noise of the mind and the busyness of life. This is a natural part of the journey. When you find yourself lost in the chaos, remember to be gentle with yourself. Treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion you would a dear friend. Reconnecting with silence is always just a breath away. In any moment, you can pause, close your eyes, and turn your attention inward. Feel your breath moving in and out, anchoring you in the present moment. Listen to the quiet beneath the chatter of your thoughts. Sense the vast spaciousness that is your true nature. As you do this again and again, you strengthen your capacity to find your center amidst the tumult of life. You develop an unshakable trust in your ability to navigate challenges with grace and wisdom. You know that no matter how far you stray from your core, silence is always here waiting to welcome you back home. The journey into silence is truly the journey of a lifetime. It's a path of continual unfolding, of ever-deepening surrender to the mystery of your being. There is no end point, no final destination. The invitation is simply to keep showing up, to keep diving in, to stay curious and open to what wants to reveal itself in each moment. As you do this, you'll find that your life becomes an ever more beautiful expression of the peace, love, and wisdom at your core. You'll face challenges with resilience and grace. You'll savor moments of joy and connection with a full and grateful heart. And you'll know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are here to shine your unique light in the world. So trust the journey, dear friend. Trust the wisdom of your soul that has led you to the path of silence. Know that every moment of stillness is a gift, not just for you, but for all beings everywhere. May your practice deepen and blossom in ways beyond your imagining. May it nourish you and all those whose lives you touch. And may you always remember the vast peace and wholeness that is your true home. Thank you for your commitment to the path of silence. The world is brighter for your presence. Keep shining, keep loving, keep diving into the depths of your being. The silence is always here, holding you in its embrace. Rest in it, trust it, let it guide you home. And know that with every breath, you are loved beyond measure.